I'll be showing you guys a full back and biceps workout with just the straight bar. And first, we're going to start off with the king of all pulling exercises, chest to bar pull-up, right? So I'll show you from this angle so you can see my chest touch the bar. I might not get my chest to touch the bar each rep, but here we go. Now, the chest to bar pull-up is the king of all back exercises, period. Because of that complete retraction you get at the top, and you're getting a vertical movement pattern, which is a very natural movement pattern, especially when hanging from a bar with our feet dangling. It's very natural to just basically the human anatomy and how we're built. We're meant to be able to climb and hang off of things. And when we were training that range of motion, we kind of get better, like actual better, like gains from it when you think about it, because it's something that is so natural to us to begin with. And it's fine if at first you can't get your chest to the bar. Of course, I didn't get my chest to the bar every rep, but you know, if you can get it to the first 2-3 reps, that's fine. Even if you can't at all, just making sure you keep that retracted back position, which is very important for just, for your lats, for your control of the movement, for even your rear delts, right? This is like better than rows almost. And your traps will be working as well. So just the retracted, like what's called perfect pull-up, or even getting to the chest to bar pull-up level, that is like the best complete back exercise, right? You might only really need the pull-up in general, but of course, I'm going to show you guys some more exercises. I am taking a bit more of a closer grip stance, but that's just kind of get more of like my biceps and arms in. You still want to follow the retracted back positioning as if you were just doing like, your usual perfect pull-ups or chest to bar pull-ups. Now we're moving on to chin-ups. I'm going to show you guys a way to do chin-ups to get more bicep activation. And it's going to be a very special technique. I kind of got this from Alex Leonidas, aka Alpha Destiny, and it's you kind of want to try and supinate your hands as you're going up, as if you're trying to twist the bar, and you're going to keep your your elbows tucked in a vertical movement pattern, right? So it's kind of as if you start to arm pull a little bit more. When we do chin-ups, we might tend to come out and flare our elbows out a little bit, but you want to keep your elbows in, right? Because that mimics the same movement pattern as if you were to take a dumbbell, right, and curl it up like this. So you want to have that same exact movement pattern when you're doing chin-ups. And again, try and twist and supinate the bar, because when you supinate even further, that gets more bicep activation. And sure, you might not be able to twist the bar like how you would with rings, but you can still definitely feel the same type of tension on it. You can go close grip if you want. I like to go close grip, but I'm just gonna try and go like shoulder width and close grip, just to see if I feel any type of difference. Shoulder grip, I definitely did feel it a lot better. I guess due to it, again, mimicking like how you would with bicep curls, since your arms aren't really close together. Whew. Whew. Next up is an isolation exercise for the lats. You might be wondering, isolation exercise for the lats on the bar? What is that? So this is the front lever pull. I would not say this is something that is accessible for beginners, or someone who might be overweight or weighing too heavy. But it will take just a bit of just pull-up strength and chin-up strength in general. So just work on those and get stronger at those. So then, you can perform your first front lever pull. And it doesn't have to be a full front lever. It can be tucked. It can be advanced tuck, whichever one that you're strongest in, at least at the time. And just do that. So I'm going to be doing just the tucked, and I'll show you guys kind of like the different ranges of motion. So tucked is like having your knees all the way up like this, and then you want to have your lats engaged, and you pull up. Some people pull up halfway, but you can pull up all the way to get a full range of motion. And here, it's not that hard. The movement isn't that hard. The movement is the hardest in this range, right? So in that, going from all the way down to midway, that's where it is hardest. Oh my gosh. I haven't done these in so long. Dude. So yeah, they're definitely not easy, especially if you're not used to them. Yeah, this will definitely get your entire lats, right, all the way from upper to lower lats. So if you want to really just get that freaking V taper, definitely try and focus on these. Of course, along with your chin-ups and your pull-ups. Another thing is that you'll also feel your triceps a bit, since your triceps are connected to your lats, and actually assist with your lats and your back with pulling ranges of motion. But you'll definitely feel it a lot more here. If you've ever done like lat pull downs in the gym with weight, you'll kind of experience how like, oh wow, like my lats, not my lats, but my triceps just get activated like crazy. You might even experience the same thing with pullovers, if you do pullovers with dumbbells or barbells. So just, to get right onto it, this is just basically like the body weight version of those movements, right? So if you don't have access to all that equipment, then of course, here's literally an exercise that you can do with like a $30 chin-up bar, pull-up bar that you can get from like Walmart or, wherever you might get it. Ooh. Ooh. Gotta show. Now I'm gonna finish off with like these, like, I don't even know what to call them. I'll just do them. With my hands like this, lock them together, just pull up like this. And I'm gonna be doing half reps, so ooh. These would be kind of used to just supplement hammer curls or neutral grip bars, right? Because with a straight bar, you're either like pronated or you're supinated. There's no neutral grip, so you're gonna have to kind of get creative. I'm using these gloves just to make it a bit easier on my fingers. And that's the one thing about like limited equipment, right? It's kind of great in that way because you can just try and get as creative as possible with the limitations that you're working with. So don't ever feel like you need to like go and buy, all this equipment and stuff like that, because it could just be a waste of your money, and you could spend it on better things like, I don't know, books or something like that, or saving it. Oh. You're definitely gonna have to make sure you try and keep control because there can be a lot of swaying from side to side and back and forth. So really make sure your core is engaged and your legs are squeezed tight. So this way you're not just moving around and now you're ruining your rep quality. And that's for any of your pulling movements. That's for chin-ups, that's for pull-ups, right? Maybe even dips because you're in a way hanging your lower body. You might think that when you're just doing pull-ups, you can just turn off your lower body. That's not the case. It's almost as if it's a full body movement. Your core and your glutes and your legs should be engaged and squeezed together. So that way your whole body can move as a singular unit and not just your back doing all the work, right? I mean, of course, you want your back to technically be doing all the work, but it's not going to be able to do the work efficiently if your lower body is just swinging around like a wet noodle. So that's going to be it for this complete pulling session with just the straight bar. Guys, this is like the 4th day, day 4 of me just doing the straight bar and the ground. So I'm literally only using one piece of equipment here for like my entire body. And you know, showing you guys these exercises and the pump that I'm getting, right? Like my biceps, my back completely fired up, and is with basic exercises, right? What people would look at and consider as basic exercises or exercises that are too easy and they're not challenging enough. And oh, you got to add weight to it. Weighted calisthenics is better. Oh, you need to lift weights. That's much better, right? Sure, it might be like simpler in terms of progress and stuff like that, but when it comes to you as an individual and what you enjoy doing, I enjoy doing this, right? I enjoy breaking things down to its like bare bone pieces and just like, you know, seeing what I can do with it, right? The main theme of this whole thing is creativity, right? I was able to show you guys a really good workout, in my opinion, with literally just the pull-up bar, just a straight bar, no neutral grip handles, no like twisty turning handles, no gymnastic rings, whatever the case may be, just the straight pull-up bar, right? And you can get a pull-up bar for like $30, right? So this would be just my way to show beginners like, you know, what's ahead of them and what else they can do and trying to achieve with just simple equipment and simple exercises, and to even show people who are intermediate and advanced to not turn your back on calisthenics or turn your back on basic exercises. Because when people get to a certain strength level, oh, you know, I can do 20 push-ups, I no longer need to do push-ups. Push-ups are useless. I can just do bench press now, right? And then they can't do a single push-up anymore, right? So we have to be able to maintain and keep these basic movements in our lives, all throughout our lives, because they're just like natural to the human body, right? And a lot of these exercises with weights we've created that aren't natural to how the human body might move. But you know, I'm not trying to like say weights are bad or whatever the case may be, but I just want to stress the point that like calisthenics has a great use to them, and you don't have to abandon them. You don't have to throw them in the garbage because you're quote unquote too strong for them, right? You want to master the movements as best as you can and stick with them for as long as you can, and you'll definitely see results over a, you know, a long period of time, right? So consistency, creativity, determination, those are like the best things to do, especially if you have limited equipment, right? There's so many guys out here that got jacked with literally nothing, right? All they just wanted to do was work out, and they just like working out and pushing themselves, and they were able to get to a level beyond like, you know, even, you know, most people, right? So that's about all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoy the workout. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.